Hey yo, welcome back to HotChocShorts PTCG, formerly known as the Slowpoke. Well, and today we have a different video for you. On my birthday, which was last month, put a community post out saying, do you have any questions for a Q&A? You can ask me anything, all that good jazz. Now, time got away from me, so I couldn't really do it then. But I thought, what better than a little sneaky Christmas video for you guys and a little bit of a Q&A. So I got a few questions written down here in front of me. Let's get involved. So the first question is, how do I come up with my skits? Do I just brainstorm? Very interesting question. Now, I wouldn't say I brainstorm about them per se. I found at times where I've tried to force a skit out, it tends not to be that good, and I really want them to be naturally funny, and you know, I don't want to force it. So I don't really sit there and brainstorm, but what I will be doing, if I'm ever on like Twitter, or you know, something happens, or there's like some sort of matchup or a deck that's really good, and I just think, I can make a skit out of that, I just write it down, and then we'll get to it eventually. That's sort of what tends to happen, and that's why you don't really see them come out too often, because I don't really, like I said, I don't want to force it. It has to be a pretty funny situation. I've actually got one planned, not going to spoil it, but it's going to be pretty funny. So yeah, that's how I do the skits. I just sort of, I'm sure you can think about funny interactions that you've had in the TCG and stuff, right? So just stuff like that. And to be honest, there's a lot of funny stuff in this community, so plenty to work with. Okay, another question is, what was my favorite event I've ever been to, and would I have changed the deck that I played for it? The answer is no, I wouldn't have changed it, and that's because it was the UK National Championships International Challenge. So it was the day 2 regionals event after the last ever National Championships, where I played Landy Bats, and I actually top 8'd that, so technically your boy has top 8'd a regional. And the reason why that was my favourite event is because I did super well, number 1, top 8 regional, very good, but it was also with one of my favourite decks at the time, and at the time Landy Bats wasn't really like a tippy top expanded deck at the time. Like, it was good, like, you know, in expanded there's a ton of good decks that are good in their own right. Something like Buzzrock, for example, so it's a strong deck, but compared to the power level of expanded, it's probably not hitting those tippy top tiers. But I didn't care at the time. I just thought, you know what, I've got my Landy Bats with me, let's just play it, it'll be fun. And I end up top 8 in the event, pretty fun. Could have actually done some damage in that top 8, because there was like 3 Turbo Darks, Raikou Wheels, all that good stuff. But I managed to hit the 1 Well-Lord stall, and there is nothing that you can do against Well-Lord stall with Landy Bats. So yeah, bit sad, but let's keep it moving. Okay, I have a question. How is my editing so fire? Well, interesting question, because back when I started trying to take this YouTube channel seriously, I thought, right, what are my USPs? USPs are unique selling points. Compared to all the other channels. Like, why would someone come and watch my channel as opposed to everyone else? And I sat down and thought, right, well, it's not going to be gameplay skill, because there's plenty of other YouTubers that are better than me. Almost every other PTCG YouTuber you can think of are probably better than me at the game. So I thought, right, if I can't get people to watch on gameplay skill, what can I get people to watch on? So I decided there and then, editing quality and entertainment value. They're the 2 pillars of what HotChocShorts PTCG is built on. Entertaining for me is pretty easy. That's just me with the camera, very easy. The editing stuff that I did have to learn, and honestly guys, if you want to get better at editing, just get yourself on YouTube and just have a look. Like, I use Sony Vegas. I just type in, how do I do this transition Sony Vegas? How do I make this effect Sony Vegas? You know, how do I do that sort of stuff? And that's pretty much it. One thing I would say about editing though, if you can get as much of your editing done in OBS for you, it means you've got less work to do in the post edit. So have a think about how you can optimize your video style and strategy on OBS. OBS is the software used to record stuff, by the way, and it makes it easy for you on the post. But yeah, that's what my editing's for. I just thought, well, if I'm going to stand out in this crowd, I'm going to have some fire editing. I just went out and sort of did it. But thank you so much for that. I appreciate your compliment. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a question. Why don't I stream? You're wrong, I do stream now. Well, we won't be streaming when you see this until New Year, but I do stream. It's going to most likely be here on YouTube if it's Pokemon stuff. If I stream stuff that isn't Pokemon, it'll probably be on my Twitch. Other stuff I might be streaming, I'm doing a TCG Nuzlocke where I open packs and I decide my team. That's pretty fun. We do a lot of like ladder stuff, but we did a viewers build my deck video. That's going to be a video on YouTube out soon. And if I'm doing other stuff that's not Pokemon on Twitch, it might be stuff like Dark Souls, and some other random games that I can't really think of right now. But yeah, I do stream, so make sure you hang around. Okay, here's one question. Am I single? No, I actually have a girlfriend, been with her for just over 2 years, I love her very much. She puts up with the madness. Like, imagine all the madness you see in these videos. Now, imagine she has to put up with that 24/7. That's one hell of a special girl to do that. And she even pops in the stream the other day. So, hang on, if you come watch the streams, you might even get to talk to her as well. How's about that? What do I do for work? Interesting. Right. Currently, I'm a uni student. I'm studying advertising and marketing. I also personal train. I have some clients that are, personal training in the gym. And then I'm a YouTuber as well. So those three things, that's what I do. Uni, PT, and YouTube. That's what I do for a living. Have I always been funny? Interesting question. I would say when I was a real young kid, like secondary school time. No, earlier than that actually. Maybe like year 7, year 8. I'm not even sure. I would say I've always been naturally charismatic. Yeah. I've always been able to enter a room, have some jokes, have some banter with people. So, but it's sort of like a big-headed thing to say. I don't know. I've always found conversing with people quite easy. I guess I'm kind of extroverted in that scenario. So yeah, I wouldn't want to say I've always been funny. I don't think I'm that funny now. All I do is just act a fool, and people like to watch me act a fool. But if you want to say if I'm more extroverted, then yeah, I'll say your boy's a bit extrovert for sure. Why did I rebrand the channel from Slowpoke World to HotChocPTCG? That is a good question. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, when the channel was called Slowpoke World, when we first started the channel, I say we, because actually 2 of us, right? It was myself and then Benji Hutchins, who now is the captain of Team Odyssey, probably the best TCG team in the UK. Shout outs to you guys, jeez! But yeah, it was actually a 2-man effort. It actually started off as a podcast. We started the Slowpoke World as a podcast where we get guests on, do some interviews, all that good stuff. Then that naturally branched out into a YouTube channel where we do deck profiles and stuff like this. And then due to time commitments, we both really couldn't commit to the channel or the podcast actually. So we had a little break. Then about a year or 2 later, we decided to pick it back up again, did some stuff, but then work commitments got in the way again. And I was just like, you know what? I'm actually, is it okay if I take over this full time? I want to try, make something of this. So I'm just going to take over. So Benji's like, you know what, mate? Have a crack. It's all yours. So the reason why I rebranded, that's a long way of me explaining, because the Slowpoke World wasn't really my name. I had no connection to that. So, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't really me. And then, like I was mentioning earlier, when I decided to sort of have a good go at this YouTube channel, I sat down and thought, what are my USPs? If one of those USPs was going to be me being entertaining as possible, that lends itself more to personality content more so than nitty gritty competitive stuff. So if I'm having to act a fool and be a big personality, I want the channel name, I want the brand, I want everything to sort of reflect that. I want it all to be a holistic brand in that respect. So I thought, and Slowpoke World doesn't really build into that. And that's why I changed it to HotChocPTCG. HotChoc, in case you're wondering, was a nickname that I got whilst working at McDonald's. Yeah, maybe I'll tell that story another time. But yeah, hey, I still go by the Slowpoke World. I always introduce Slowpoke World. I've still got the Slowpoke World logo there. So you have to always remember your roots. But yeah, that's why I rebranded. What is my favourite ever Pokemon? Good question. It's actually changed recently. It used to be Machamp for the longest of time because he was just fighting an aggression incarnate. But when I was younger, I always thought, why are there no fighting type legendaries? And I was like, I really want a cool fighting type legendaries. And then Gen 5 came out, and then you got stuff like Keldeo and them. I was like, no, that doesn't count. They're goats. And then Urshifu came out, baby. And I was a happy geezer. So then I actually changed recently my favourite Pokemon from Machamp to Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. I'm a happy camper now. My childhood dreams have been realised that there was a cool fighting type legendary with the martial arts band, and he just bop, does a lot of fighting. So yeah, I like it. Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, baby. If I could go anywhere in the world, where would I go? Good question. Probably Miami is high up there because my favourite basketball team is the Miami Heat. I also like the Sun. So yeah, Miami's definitely high up there. Also the music festivals there are lit, like Ultra Miami Music Festival. And then also Hawaii's up there because again, I like the sun. And Hawaii is just a very picturesque place, isn't it? Like outside that, I would like to go to Japan at some point. I'd like to go to China. I'd also want to visit North Korea. I just want to just see what it's like. That'd be a mad one. Chernobyl is a place I'd like to go just because that's a madness. In case you don't know what Chernobyl is, it's like it's a place where there was a nuclear accident. So like people can't live there anymore because it's still like nuclear fallout technically in there, stuff like that. I want to go see that. I like seeing stuff that's just so mad and bonkers, you know what I mean? So yeah, I guess those places. That'd be pretty fun. What is my favourite Pokemon game? My favourite Pokemon game is Pokemon Sword and Shield because it is based here in the UK and we have to show love to that, you can't see that poster, it's all blurred out. But yeah, yeah, Pokemon Sword and Shield. After that, it's probably Pokemon Platinum, because Gen 4 was the gen that got me back into Pokemon. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I got into Pokemon when I was like 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that ballpark with Pokemon Gold. Played it all through primary school. And when you get into secondary school, you think, probably getting a bit too old to be playing this Pokemon nonsense now. It's not really cool. People might start taking a mickey out of it. So I benched Pokemon for a little bit. But then when Gen 4 came out, mostly Platinum, I used to watch Maryland. If anyone knows Maryland, I'm not even sure if he still uploads, but Maryland did his playthrough of Pokemon Platinum. I thought, yo, there were some mad Pokemon in here. Electabuzz now evolved into this big geezer. Magmar evolved into this big geezer. Murkrow now evolved into this big geezer. I gotta play me that game. Pokemon Platinum will always hold a special place in my heart for that. Who are my biggest inspiration for content creation? Very good question. I'm sure a lot of you might be surprised by this, but my biggest inspiration when it comes to content creation aren't really Pokemon ones. I actually can't think of any Pokemon ones. My biggest inspiration are more comedy lifestyle channels. We're talking stuff like Sidemen. If you know them, they're a big UK sort of YouTuber group. They do like a whole big productions. They do stuff like Top Gear episodes now. They do game shows. That's where I got the game show ideas from, by the way. Just ripped it off from the side, man. So you got them. KSI, real big UK YouTuber, funny as anything. One of the best entertainers I know. Nico Omalana does the absolute maddest stuff. A lot of it in public. I would love to try and get some public content done, but you know, trying to keep it kid friendly and all that, and it has to be Pokemon related. Could be kind of hard, but you know me, I will find a way. Who else have I got here? Young Philly from the Beta Squad. Young Philly and Chunks. They are some of the funniest guys ever. Oh, and Darkest Man as well. They're all so funny. If you ever want to just watch some like easy to watch funny content, go watch KSI, Sidemen, Young Philly, Chunks, Darkest Man. Honestly, they leave me crying all the time. And Nico Omalana. Just to let you know, Nico Omalana ran for London Mayor, and he actually did really well. So if you've got some time over holidays, you want to watch some absolute mad stuff, go watch that. Some of the best stuff on YouTube. Oh yeah, and Mr. Beast as well, because the spectacle, the absolute spectacle, is just pushing the boundaries all the time of what content creators and YouTubers can do. So he's definitely up there. What is my setup? Okay, let's have a think. So the mic that I'm using here is an Elgato Wave 1. I just wanted it because I think it's regarded as, you know, either the best USB mic or the second USB mic that money can buy right now. It's pretty good. I got it before the Shure came out. I think if I was to make the purchase now, I don't know if I'd go for the Shure or the Elgato, but the Elgato has been treating me well. Nothing but love for this mic. The camera that you'll see me with now is a Sony ZV-1. I adore this camera. The product focus mode is nice. It's nice and light and compact. It's got a mic input, so when I start doing vlogs again, I have me, in one of my opinions, one of the best vlog cameras out right now. My PC, let's have a thing. What's the PC? My graphics card is a 3060 Ti. Didn't need to get anything too crazy like a 3070 or 38. I don't really game, or the only games I play are the ones that you see. So I don't need anything too crazy there. The processor is a Ryzen 7 3700X. My hard drives, I have a 1 terabyte NVMe drive. That's like sort of the super fast ones. And then I've got a 4 terabyte spinning drive, so that's what like all the video files and that go to. And then I've got a 2 terabyte external hard drive. You got to have a ton of space if you're making videos, and in an ideal world you want to be recording to one drive and then editing on another drive. That's why I've got the external one there as well. Stream Deck, super important. All the stuff like you see, like the reloads, misplay jail. You can even use a soundboard. I don't really use it for that, but you can do that. The scene changes are all handled on the Stream Deck. There are some workarounds where you can use apps on your phone or hotkeys, but honestly, for like 50, 60, 70 quid, just get a Stream Deck if you can afford it. It's so much easier. I've got this ultra wide LG monitor here in front of me, and then like just a normal monitor here on the side. I think that's everything. Is that all the important stuff? Oh, I guess I got these two floodlights here at the front that light me up, and I got two colored ones at the back. Oh yeah, and I got this Sony XB40 speaker because I listen to music all the time, and it's got to be banging quality, and that's why I got that speaker there. I adore my setup, honestly. It took me a long time and a lot of money to get sorted, but when you get there, boy, oh, love it, love it, love it. Do I play any other TCGs? No, because I am bad enough at Pokemon, and I wouldn't want to imagine how bad I'd be at other stuff. I follow Yu-Gi-Oh! A tiny bit. I find myself watching a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube, funnily enough. I probably watch more Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube than I do Pokemon YouTube. That's quite funny. But yeah, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is way too complicated for me. Magic, I have no investment in Magic, so you won't catch me playing that. Played the Final Fantasy one a tiny bit, but I would never go out and wait to play it anymore. So yeah, I'm just a Pokemon TCG geezer. What is my 5-year plan? Wow, that is one hell of a question. Okay, in 5 years, I would have graduated uni. I'll hopefully be working for Gymshark. That's this clothing brand here. But I've got some contacts. I've been networking, you know. Anyone that's in uni right now, networking is very important. So I could be working there. Hopefully be working there. Hopefully the channel will still pop in. I'm not 100% sure yet when I get my graduation job how the channel's going to be or go. I'll probably have to hire an editor or something. But yeah, either way, I'll be doing that. Hopefully I'll have a house. Maybe even a kid on the way. 5 years, maybe. Interesting. So yeah, very interesting question. Wow, I'm gonna have to think about this. Oh my lord. Do I have any tips for any aspiring content creators? Oh my goodness, that is one hell of a question. Leave it in the comments. If you ever want me to do some videos on content creation itself, like how to edit, how to make thumbnails, all that good stuff. Because I just absorb all this content. I read so much marketing stuff, content creating stuff, all that. If you ever want me to help you out with that, let me know. I can easily do some videos on this. But if I had some tips for anyone looking to get started next year, I would say focus on thumbnails. Thumbnails are very, very important. A thumbnail can make or break a video. Good example of this, the video I did with Demi, the VOD review, where we go through me playing competitively and we break the whole all the turns down and discover what I did right and what I did wrong. I think that video is packed full of really good content, right? And that video can help out anyone watching this. But I didn't really know how to take the thumbnail, and I think because the thumbnail is not as good as it could be, that video now is doing poorly, which is a shame because the content on the video is so good, but no one clicks on it because the thumbnail is bad. So really have a think about thumbnails, okay? Thumbnails are very, very important. Arguably, sometimes, not gonna lie, the thumbnail can be more important than the video, which is a really weird way of thinking about it, but trust me, it can be like that sometimes. So think about your thumbnails, think about your USPs. Like I sat down and thought about my USPs, unique selling points, which basically means why would someone watch your video over someone else's? Mine was entertainment and production value. Have a think about why people would want to watch your video. Is it that you're really good at the game and you're really nitty gritty and good at like being meticulous with your turns? If that's the case, make sure your videos are always competitive focused and you really talk through your turns. People will learn from that. Are you like an insane deck builder? Can you like build rogues out of nowhere? Can you like take meta decks, tech them out so they can beat everything? If that's the case, make sure like you really get that across in your content. If you think you're going to be funnier than me, then bang, hey, crack on. Make sure you're as entertaining as possible. All that good stuff. So make sure you think about that. And then put it into practice. It's all good saying, oh yeah, I'm one of the best competitive geezers ever. I've won, you know, this chill and this open and all that. But if you just sit there in your video, just like, and then no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. Oh, what have you done that for? Why do you discard this? Make sure you talk through all that stuff. Anything else? Make sure you're doing stuff you have fun with, because you know what you don't want to do is turn making videos into a chore. Because at that point, you're just going to burn yourself out. I promise you. The next episode of the podcast, or the last one, the one up with Zapdos TCG, we actually talk about that topic a lot. So if you want to hear more about how to avoid burnout and all that good stuff, make sure you check out that podcast. But yeah, in a nutshell, just have fun with it, honestly. Have fun. Don't put any too high expectations on yourself. Just enjoy it, and I'm sure it'll all be okay. But thank you so much for watching. Keep it locked here to HotChocPTCG. Got some massive plans for 2022, and I want you along for the ride. But I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're a true OG. Let's leave the comment 50 pence, so I know you're a real one. But thanks for watching. Thank you all so much for being along with me on this journey, by the way. Honestly, every like means so much. Every comment means so much. Every Twitter follow, Insta, all that good stuff. It all means so much to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys actually watching the stuff and enjoying it, then I wouldn't be here right now. I don't know what I'd be doing, but I want to be here on this journey, and you all make it possible. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Honestly, it means the world to me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.